please indulge me for a moment before I get into the investing side of the presentation. You know, knowing what's next prepares us to face what's now. I feel sympathy and empathy for our country's low-income people who are suffering to survive right now, and small businesses that create jobs and wealth. We're talking seven-figure businesses, millions of dollars, poof, lost. So important to our economy. They're getting crushed. It doesn't need to be that way. You know, I did a day trip up to San Francisco for some short business last week. You know, just walking through the airports, talking to people in the hotel, you know, on the street, at meetings. Something is different. People are looking down, no smiles. People are short in meetings. Frankly, a lot of sad faces, in my opinion. Things are getting ugly in this country. We have lost our way in this country. People just aren't friendly to each other anymore. Most people can't even depend on their own family to even check in on them. And when they are friendly to people, they can be suspicious of your intentions. If you're too friendly, those are the people in LA. In New York, when I go to New York, I meet people all the time. Because I'm punctual, I get back to people right away. It's like everyone feels burdened to be nice. The holidays are the loneliest, most stressful time for many people. The suicide rate increases, the highest during the holidays. If you don't have family and friends, I would say this to you. Embrace the loneliness. You learn more while you're in isolation, in my opinion. I don't think it's healthy long term, but I've had some very productive runs in my career when I felt isolated. If this does not work for you, I would say this. If you ever gone to church, I'm not here to preach, and you pray for a better job, a better life, more money, blah, 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 you're not going to get what you want, in my opinion. The idea is, what I've learned, is when you lose yourself in the service of others, you find yourself. When we show empathy to others, it pays off in 100x. Taking an interest in others helped me, combat depression, negative thoughts, and then I got what I wanted. You need to stop expecting when you go to church that you are going to fill up your gas tank. You need to be the one that is filling other people's gas tanks, and then great things happen. Took me a while to figure that out. When I started taking that approach, I had less negative thoughts. Just a head full of happiness. It doesn't have to be arduous. A smile is one of the most precious gifts that you can give to anyone. Next time, and I try to do this all the time, you're in the grocery store, and sometimes I don't want to smile, and someone is just packing the shelves who works at Trader Joe's, let's say. Just smile and ask them how their day's going. What are you working on? You just made someone's day, and I've seen it, and I love doing it every day. You know, I do believe the vast majority of people in this country are good people. They just need to stop watching mainstream media, maybe a little football, and start deep thinking. You know, you have an ability to lead and help people. Everyone, in my opinion, needs to speak up and try to help people, and then great things, can happen. Pierre Omidyar created eBay, the eBay founder, by betting on goodness. Pierre knew that most people will be honest most of the time. Some will lie and cheat and steal. But the eBay enterprise succeeded because you have faith. Most people are basically good, he said. I believe that as well. Most people in this country are good. We have a lot of lost ones out there, and of course, some very downright evil people that can't be helped. So I'm off my soapbox. Funny thing about investing, whether in stocks or real estate, most people just think of it as gambling. If you're making good money and have consistent returns in your portfolio, for example, you're a fund manager. You're busting your ass following those trend lines, so to speak. You are busting your ass looking at charts and graphs. You're working 10, 15 hours a day. Anyone worth their salt is working 10, 15 hours a day. You're studying different countries, and you're going to those countries if you're in emerging markets and meeting with the leaders. You're studying different stocks. You're putting models together. It takes years to perfect this process. And the same goes for real estate investing. Look at all the fraud right now going on in commercial real estate, mainly because the interest rates went up and people are stressed. Look at all the fraud. Take a look at these pictures. You know, people stealing investors' money right and left. It is shameful. Investors, ladies and gentlemen, should be cautious who they give their money to right now more than ever. All these young cats wanting to make it big. I have seen this movie before and how it is played out. See, the past, it was played out in traditional media. Now it's played out on social media. And that's where these investors found their gurus. All these gurus, the so-called gurus. Yes, occasionally there is some unicorn that never went to school, never worked for an investment bank, doesn't have a lot of doors in real estate, and is killing it. Does not take much research to see these gurus are most of them are full of shit. Take this guy, Chama Palihapitier. Check this guy out. He was a trader for a New York minute and didn't get a bonus at the end of the year, so he quit. Maybe he was trading derivatives. Maybe because his performance sucked. To be fair, he said he does not want to be beholden to the man, and he went out to Silicon Valley to make some money. I like that. He took a risk. And he talked his way into Facebook early and started a team. Talked to Mark Zuckerberg. So he's a good bullshit artist. Good job. So that is impressive. I'm not here to rag on the guy completely. He is no investment banker, though, my friends. He is a pump and dump and nothing more. CP took retail investors for a ride and got away with it, in my opinion, and just can't let himself take the win. You know, it's not hard to be the king of SPACs when you're already a millionaire. It's easy for you to find opportunities that aren't offered to retail investors who are forced to wait to buy publicly. You know, he has said he made roughly $750 million by throwing his reputation behind the stocks, taking them public. SPAC, ladies and gentlemen, special purpose acquisition companies that he helmed and then selling shares on the public markets. So he hyped the stocks, he sold his shares, and then he made a profit while the retail investors who trusted him lost money, tons of money. You know, this guy dubbed himself the next Warren Buffett. What a loser. He went around and insulted people like Elon Musk. And by the way, Elon created real wealth, in my opinion, for people. He's the real freaking deal. You know, I looked at this guy's website. Check this out. It's all over the internet. Social Capital. Looks like it was put together like a shared web hosting solution in 5 minutes. I mean, my God, I got 5 websites working on 6 figures. So he dubbed himself, you know, the Spack King, and wants you to know he is the next Warren Buffett. All these fresh-faced economic gurus don't know shit. Take a look at this. Look at this guy. Everything I am talking about has been reported, by the way, and you can find it on the internet, so I'm nothing new. Look what this guy said. YZ said the Spack King lost investors $12 billion. Unbelievable. $12 billion with a B. Man, if I did that, I would hide my face. I would just disappear to Fiji. And then, ladies and gentlemen, he insults the investors. Check this out. He insults the investors and tells investors not to be victims. Man, he really poured salt into that wound, ladies and gentlemen. He was selling snake oil, in my opinion. Yeah, he made money on it, but lost a lot of credibility, in my opinion. He also said, this is interesting, he said no smart people work for Goldman Sachs or, let's say, any major investment bank like William and Blair. I would disagree with that, my friend. I've met a lot of scary, smart people that work for investment banks that run 10 to $100 billion or more dollars and are getting consistent long-term returns. running pension funds, emerging markets, what have you. It's about long-term returns. You got to be in it for the long game. So what a joke. It's unbelievable. Take the WeWork joker. I saw this business model for what it was. Total crap. September 24th, 2019. Adam stepped down as the CEO amid scrutiny from WeWork's board members and investors over his leadership, including allegations of self-dealing and financial problems. Guy bought a jet. Now he's flying around. SoftBank gave him all that money. So after the company delayed its IPO the previous week and reduced its estimated market validation to $10 billion from the height of $47 billion. $47 billion, ladies and gentlemen, that's a big number. That's a big number. That was WeWork's peak private validation in January 2019 before it's failed. Before it failed. And then WeWork filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy and the stock fell to 84 cents a share, giving it a 44.5 million, not billion, million validation. He's estimated to be worth around 2.2 bill. Since leaving WeWork, Newman has started another real estate startup called Flow. This is interesting, ladies and gentlemen. I researched this, which received $350 million investment from a venture capitalist firm, Andreessen Horowitz. The startup reportedly involves real estate management software and aims to launch a digital wallet to store different currencies, including crypto. He took $1 billion of his monies from WeWork and bought $1 billion of real estate. Now, that's a good place to put your money at him. That was a smart move. I commend that 100%. That would have been my advice to you. So you got one thing right. So he bought real estate from WeWork and now is branding what he's doing, ladies and gentlemen. The buildings he bought from WeWork, he's branding the buildings with the Flow logo. So I would say this to Andreessen Horowitz, 350 million, baby. I would just say one thing, my friend, what this presentation is about. Be very careful. We all know about this guy, this clown. Enough said, I did a talk on this guy, SBF. Anthony Scaramucci flew this guy all over Saudi Arabia. He lost tens of millions of dollars from this clown. Everyone loved his hair and his pot belly. Unbelievable. That guy walked into my office, get out of here. Unbelievable. Tim McClone Investment Strategies, ladies and gentlemen. It's pretty simple. Number one, never trust anyone who says they're the next Warren Buffett. What a joke. Number two, never trust anyone who says they are doing things because of altruism. Altruism, the new buzzword. Number three, it's also a red flag when the media is fawning all over these gurus that come out of nowhere. Remember, someone is putting money. This is key. Someone is putting money behind that and they want a return on their investment. Do you know what that return on investment is? Your money. Your money. Do your own research on these so-called players. We know how many times the media has been wrong, folks. Number four, never do business with someone. And I learned this very long time ago from a mentor in LA when I was 24. Never do business with someone that has CEO or president on their desk when you walk into their office. A little CEO holder. Dead giveaway to walk out of the office. Total insecure narcissist. A mentor told me that a long time ago. I see CEO, president on the desk, and I walk right out. Number five, on a lighter note. I look for a track record as an investor and request documentation of success. And I also want to see your challenges you also have faced. It takes years of training and mentorship to be a solid stock picker and a real estate investor. I'm still learning. I still fail. As far as investing in stocks, did the individual you're planning on giving your money to work his or her way through the ranks of Goldman and Sachs, William and Blair, JP Morgan? We know what CP thinks of that. They all are stupid. Yeah, right. I know billionaires. How much money are they managing for the firm? Are they a certified financial accountant? Hard test to pass. That's 1,000 hours of study. I want to know if you're a certified financial accountant. I want to see at least 10 billion under management. What are their year-over-year returns? Can I call some of your investors? If they left the big six firm and went out on their own, fine, great. How much are they currently managing? Same questions as before, right? As far as the real estate sector, let me see your portfolio. How many doors do you currently have? Okay, great. You got 1,100 doors. Can I see the numbers for those buildings? Can I talk to some of your big backers? Investors? What are your year-over-year returns for the last 5 years? Let me see the charts and graphs. Not the fake ones, not the ones you doctor. I want to see the real charts and graphs, and I know who to ask. A question I ask, no matter what level someone is at. Do you currently have a mentor providing you guidance? You should always have mentors, no matter if you're managing 20 billion, 6,000 doors in real estate under management, or you got only 20 doors and 500K under management. You should always, I can't stress this enough, have a mentor, no matter what stage of your career you're in. Always seek advice, always have someone to lean on. And one last point about investing. Commercial real estate validations are so hard hit that the CBRE warns that they could fall another 10% after saying earlier they may come down 15 to 20%. We have many investors in the real estate sector taking investors' money and using it for their own greed, ladies and gentlemen. I can't stress this enough. The Real Deal, I'm giving a shout out to The Real Deal, has done a good job in reporting on the fraud around the country. It's enormous. So I'm just saying that, so be cautious and really look at the track record and background of the people you're giving your money to. Not their one sheet on Twitter. Do you see the guy's amazing one sheet on Twitter about that company? That one sheet, what a clown show. I'm gonna give that guy $1 billion. I love his one sheet on Twitter. I would end with this. Life is short. View the world through rose-colored glasses if you're an investor, whether it's stocks or real estate. And basically that means you view the world positively. That word originates back in 1844. Be positive, but cautious. You know, I think the word of the year for investing is look for authenticity. Look for authentic people. It's going to be even harder now because of AI has blurred the lines between real and fake. So opportunities, in my opinion, in investing are created when everyone else is being pessimistic. Be careful because someone is putting money behind guys like CP and they want a return on their investment. And guess what? You know what that return on investment is? Your money. I'm telling you, I've seen it time and time again. Investors need to be smart right now going into 24 and who they give their money to. You know, life is short. Don't let yourself miss happiness because of greed. So if you find yourself ungrateful on this Christmas or any other day, think again. You know, even the hardest experiences can have, I think, silver linings. Emotionally intelligent people set out to find them and improve their well-being as a result, in my opinion. So, Merry Christmas, people. Have a safe holiday. Be cautious with your family and be cautious with your money.